Here are some things you shouldn't do if you're a customer. One thing is to not fixate on any one trait of a person. A lot of people compliment me on my eyes, which is, fine. I'm aware that people like them by now. Um, but I've had people like fixate on them to a point where it gets really uncomfortable. Like a compliment's nice, if you notice something, I'm not going to tell you not to be like, oh, I like your eyes because it just happens. But I've had people who like dwell on them for an extended period of time, and it just starts to get really creepy. So if you see something in somebody that you appreciate, it's not the complimenting, it's the repetitive complimenting and the fixating. Don't ask about an employee's relationship. People ask, do you have a boyfriend? And it's really none of your business. You're here to buy something. You're not here to learn all about my personal life. And, the person you're talking to really could be uncomfortable with that. Also, don't say things like, I'm going to steal you away from your boyfriend. That really upsets me, I think, more than just asking if I have a boyfriend, because it's treating me like I'm an object. It's treating me like I don't have a say in the matter, and I'm just going to go with you because you take me. It's really, really skeezy. So, in general, don't inquire about people's love lives. Don't comment on a person's body. A lot of people have body issues for one thing, and pointing something out about their body is really inconsiderate and could, hurt them for reasons other than just being uncomfortable that you're talking about them in that way. Um, and you're there to buy something. You're not there to like oogle the employees. When you like snicker behind the person's back or like point this stuff out in a way that they can hear you, that really makes them feel unsafe at their job. Don't ask somebody who's working out. Um, Again, they're being paid to be nice to you. If they're smiling and warm and friendly, I mean, maybe they're interested in you, but odds are they're just being paid to be that way. It puts them in this really, really uncomfortable situation because that's their job. Like, they have to be there and they have to help you and they can't just shoo you away. So when they have to say no, it's just really just super uncomfortable. If you're going to ask somebody out, ask them out on a level playing field when they have the freedom to say yes or no without risking looking like a jerk or, losing their job or taking it the wrong way. It's really unfair to put them in that position while they're on the clock. Now we kind of get into creeper territory. Repeatedly asking people out. Everyone makes mistakes. You ask somebody out, you really, really thought they were into you, but it turns out they weren't, and you thought this was the exception, and you asked them out. If they say no, take it as a no. Don't keep asking them out. I mean, that's going above and beyond just regular mistakes. It really, as much as being asked out once can make somebody uncomfortable, being asked out over and over again is like the worst. And when you're at work and you can't run from that person, you start to feel really, really unsafe. Don't stalk an employee. This should go without saying, but it happens. Following them around the store, asking about their hours, showing up just because you know they're going to be there. Like, say they have a pretty regular schedule. There are people who will show up just to see that person, and it's really creepy. It gets to a point where you have to like get your coworkers to help you out to take care of this customer for you because they keep creeping on you. Stalking is illegal, but for some reason, people think it's okay to stalk customer service employees, which it's completely not. Just because they're there in public and you're in a public place does not give you a right to hang around them like that. Don't ask for personal information. There are people who aren't that smart and will give you someone's personal information. And it's really not okay to take advantage of that. I mean, employees, you need to be on guard and make sure you never do that. But to ask, like, that's really crossing a boundary. If, if you have a connection with somebody and it's clear, it's beyond a reasonable doubt, they'll probably offer that information to you. If you go and sneak and try to get someone's phone number or someone's work hours or something from another employee, you're really crossing the line. Don't touch an employee or expect an employee to touch you. You have to be aware of people's personal bubbles. Some people are a lot more friendly and open than others. There are definitely people who squirm when somebody they don't know touches them. It could be just something they've always dealt with, or it could be something from their past, like some trauma. You don't want to put somebody that you don't know in this situation of feeling, in a way, attacked. There are people who are close talkers, and they like to get right up in your face when they talk to you. And besides things like, I don't know, personal hygiene, like maybe you have stanky breath or whatever that you don't want them up in your face, it's too much. I have to keep reiterating that you can't run away when you're a customer service employee. You have to go with the flow. And you could be sending somebody into a panic when you get so close to them and they can't, they keep backing away a little bit and you keep inching with them. It's like, if someone's backing away from you, take it as a hint and stay where you are and don't get into their personal space. And it should go without saying, but unfortunately it doesn't, that you shouldn't grope somebody, hit them, all of these things that inappropriate touch that you should already know about. For some reason, people do that. It's crazy to me. I don't understand, but people do it. Should go without saying, but it doesn't, and it needs to be said. Using nicknames like sweetie, honey, sugar, baby, not appropriate. You do not know me like that. I don't even call significant others baby or sweetie or honey. Some people, they might be okay with it, but there's a lot of people who feel degraded by those names, especially when it comes to women. A lot of times women get degraded. They get called sweetie, and it's like a way to write them off. It's a way to see them as nothing more than just a girl when, they're a grown woman. They shouldn't be called sweetie. It objectifies them, and you just need to show them that respect. They have a name tag on. Don't call them sweetie. Don't call them honey. It's just uncomfortable. An important thing to remember is that, some people are okay with being touched or being called honey or, being complimented. But there are people who get really overly uncomfortable at those things. You can really screw up a person's day by invading their space like that, and I just think, why take the risk? As a customer, just be friendly, be nice. But when it comes to suggestive discussions, hitting on the person, invading their space, just don't take the risk and let that person feel safe in their own work environment.